Hi, welcome to my video. This week I am sharing two delicious recipes. The first is for soya bean curry and the second is for cucumber raita. Both of these recipes are really humble and simple to prepare. Soya bean is one of those things that I have in my pantry but that I don't make all that often, and cucumber raita is one of the most common raitas you could possibly make, but it's also a favorite. So to start off with, you're going to need soya beans, and this is half a cup of soya bean. These beans are round when they're dry, but as they cook they tend to elongate a little bit in shape, and I've soaked my beans for 1 hour. Next, you're going to need some spices, and these are some of the most common Indian spices out there: whole cumin, red chili powder, coriander powder, and turmeric powder, or jeera, lal mirch, dhania, and haldi. Moving on, you're going to need some tomato puree, some diced onion, grated ginger, a bay leaf if you have it, which is the leaf of the bay laurel plant. I just want to say that I heard yani the whole time while that was going on. Also, you're going to need some grated garlic and then other things like salt, oil, and of course your pressure cooker. Oh, and water too. Water, always water. So start off by heating up that oil in the pressure cooker on medium-high. You don't have to wait for it to get hot. Go ahead and add the whole cumin seeds as well as the bay leaf, and just wait for the cumin to crackle. And then once it crackles, you can add all the other aromatics, so the diced onion, the grated ginger and garlic, and keep those moving so they don't get stuck in one place. I forgot to mention this, but if you would like to add some green chili for an extra kick, then by all means, go right ahead. Now you can add the powdered spices, so the lal mirch or the red chili powder, the haldi powder, which is turmeric, and the dhania powder, which is the coriander powder. I keep saying powder, but I mean like ground spices. These aren't really powders. I feel like powders would be lighter in textures. These are ground spices, but I think everybody knows what I mean. Now, if you find that your powdered spices or ground spices are looking a little dry, this is not a big deal. Go ahead and add a splash of water so that you can combine them more easily with the other ingredients. And then go ahead and add the tomato puree. This can be canned or fresh. Once all of these ingredients are nicely combined, it's time to add the soya beans. In terms of the water, I find that a ratio of 1 to 3 works really nicely for this. It's going to give you a gravy that is not too thick or too thin. So if you're using half a cup of soya bean like I am, then use 1.5 cups of water. Go ahead and add the water to the soya bean. I'm adding water that's been just boiled from my kettle. I find that that just helps to speed up the cooking process a little bit. You can see it's kind of starting to bubble away already. And give that a bit of a stir. You can add salt now or you can add it later. Otherwise, go ahead and close up the pressure cooker. Make sure that your heat is turned all the way up and give this 3 really good whistles on high heat. And here are some shots of my cooker steaming away. I hope you enjoy this montage. Once the cooker has whistled 3 times, go ahead and turn this right down to the absolute lowest heat possible and allow your soya bean to continue cooking for 20 minutes. Not 15 minutes, not 17 minutes, 20 full minutes. And as you find yourself wondering what to do with these 20 minutes, remember, we still have to make raita. There are a lot of ways that you can make cucumber raita, but this is probably my favorite way, and I've only been doing it this way for about 1.5 years. Aside from the typical ingredients, the yogurt and the grated cucumber, this also uses hing, mustard seeds, grated garlic, black salt, kari patta, and a little bit of oil. That's right, we are actually going to put a tempering on this raita, which is going to make it so delicious. The garlic is going to remain raw. It is going to permeate the yogurt and give it an amazing flavor, but that's actually not part of the tempering. So we're going to take everything away except for the cucumber, yogurt, black salt, and garlic, and the rest of it is going to go into a karchi or a little ladle with some oil on high heat, and you're going to wait for this to start crackling away really nicely. On a side note, if anyone has any tips at all for cleaning a glass stove, I would so appreciate it if you would just write to me and give me any advice that you have. Alright, once your tempering is done crackling, go ahead and pour that right on top of your yogurt and then add the remaining ingredients. If any juice comes out of the cucumber, don't waste that, add that into the yogurt as well. And then the raw garlic and the black salt, which I've said it so many times is not black in color and has a very particular smell. Then go ahead and mix all of this up. And if you need to adjust the salt, I would really recommend doing that with sea salt or kosher salt or table salt, whatever other salt you have. The black salt really can get out of hand very quickly. Now, the consistency of one's raita is very much a subjective matter. So if you prefer this a little bit thinner, then you can add a touch of water to adjust it. I like it on the thicker and chunkier side. So your soya bean should be done. If it was on sim for 20 minutes and then the steam escaped the cooker naturally, then you can go ahead and open it up and adjust the flavors. If you have to, add a little bit more salt, or if you added canned tomato and the tomato is a bit too tangy, you might be able to balance that out with a little bit of sugar. I didn't even garnish this, to be honest. I was quite hungry, so I just went ahead and plated it up. You can see that it's not a very thick curry, but it's also not very thin. This is quite light and fragrant. It goes very well with rice. And the raita, as I mentioned, is one of the most basic raitas out there, but something about this tempering kind of elevates it a little bit from, your basic cucumber raita. Now, that beautiful and vibrant cabbage sabzi is probably one of the simplest side dishes out there. I'm going to release the recipe for that very soon, so please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it, and also so that you don't miss any videos from me, because I release videos every Monday, and I would so appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and supported my channel. It means so much to me when you do. And with that, I will say goodbye, and I will see you next week.